parking bay. Go along there, and when you get to Mango Tree Corner, turn right, and that'll take you over to Cat's Eye Beach to your hotel. You can't miss it." "Thank you." With another smile, Liv had picked up her handbag and briefcase. That wasn't leaving her sight, and headed out of the terminal. Now, as she walked, she surveyed the crowded street that ran along the marina. Hamilton Island was nothing like she'd imagined from the promises of the glossy tourist brochures. The only blue Whitsundays water she'd seen so far was a brief glimpse from the plane window. The jet had broken through the heavy cloud as it approached the landing strip. The airport terminal could have been anywhere in the world, teeming with people and noisy with constant announcements over the speakers, with most of the tourists dressed more casually than she was. Liv looked down at her navy blue pencil skirt and jacket with the discreet red Sheridan Corp logo pin on the breast pocket. She'd spent the morning at the office in Sydney, meeting with her father and then, on his instruction, updating the presentation for Monday's meeting, so there'd been no time to change before she left for the airport. Her swimmers and sarong were packed, and she was looking forward to an afternoon around the pool, although she would probably have to take her laptop and go over the presentation at least one more time.
"There's a lot riding on this community meeting, Olivia. Don't stuff it up."
Her father's words had stayed with her the whole flight. A niggle of worry lodged in Liv's throat, and she pushed the nerves away. She would not let Dad, or the company, down. As Liv walked past Mango Tree Corner, the clouds cleared and the sun came out. It would have been nice to have time to sit out here and watch the crowds go by for a while. As soon as she got this damn presentation out of the way, she would be able to relax. Maybe it was time to think about taking a holiday. The walk was slow, and it took longer to negotiate the crowded street than Liv had anticipated. She was already regretting not waiting for the buggy to return. Time was short, and she wanted to make the most of it before she stood in front of a hostile community to convince them of the benefits of the Sheridan Corp development. She shook her head and dug deep for confidence. She'd done this so many times before. There was no need to be nervous. Beneath her braid, perspiration trickled down her neck. Despite being late autumn, it was still hot and humid up here in the tropics. She stepped to the side of the street and put her briefcase down before shrugging out of her jacket, folding it neatly over her arm. "Liv!" Again. Someone was calling her name. This time, she turned around, taking more time to peruse the crowd. Her eyes settled on a plump elderly woman with perfectly styled silver hair hurrying towards her from the outdoor garden of the coffee shop. She almost ran along the footpath, heading to Liv, both hands outstretched. "Oh, my goodness," the woman said, her voice quavering. Her face was wreathed in a huge smile as gnarled old fingers loaded with diamond rings took Liv's free hand, holding her fingers in a crushing grip. "Oh, my darling." Liv looked down as her jacket slipped from her arm to the gutter, the cuff of one sleeve settling in the only puddle in sight. The woman's hand was shaking, and her smile disappeared as she tried to speak, but her words caught on a sob. Liv's throat closed in sympathy as the woman held her gaze with sad, faded blue eyes. Tears welled and rolled slowly down the wrinkled cheeks as she shook her head from side to side. Even though she didn't have a clue who she was, Liv felt sorry for the woman. "Oh, Liliana," the woman said, her voice unsteady. "You came back. It's been such a long..."